You don't need to be on HF to be a real ham. Yeah, I said it. Let's talk about the details. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Ham Shack TV and the Ham Shack TV studios. I'm your host, Josh, AA4WX. Somewhere along the way, the idea took over this hobby that if you're not running HF, you're not serious. That VHF and UHF are just stepping stones. That handhelds don't even count. That local comms are somehow less legitimate. And honestly, that mindset is stuck in the past. HF has been put on a pedestal for decades. DX contacts, big towers, big radios, talking across the world. And yeah, that's impressive and it's fun. There's no argument there. But we've taken that and turned it into the standard that everyone is supposed to chase. Like it's the end goal of the hobby. And for a lot of people, it's not. There's a lot of people out there that will never key up an HF radio ever. Or maybe they'll only key up an HF radio at field day. It's entirely possible. This happens. So let's talk about what HF actually looks like for most people. The noise floor may be through the roof in neighborhoods. HOA restrictions, we hear about that all the time. Those are killing antenna options. Expensive radios and setups. Yeah, HF radios are expensive. Hours spent troubleshooting. Propagation that just doesn't cooperate. You can drop serious money into HF very easily and sit there wondering why you're not making contracts. And that's frustrating, especially for someone just getting started. And I do want to acknowledge that there's two big barriers that keep people from getting into HF. Yeah, before you people get into my comments and tell me that technicians do get a portion of 10 meters. Folks, it's tiny. It's stinking tiny. Matter of fact, I'm just going to prove it to you guys right now while we're looking at it. Here's the band plan. My desk is covered up right here's 10 meters. Right here it is. That's all you get. 28.3 to 28.5. 28.3 to 28.5 if you're single sideband. You can have the whole from 28 flat all the way up to 28.3 for CW if you technicians are doing CW. But notice this too. You're maxed at 200 watts. So licensing is a definite barrier to entry. No question about that. We acknowledge that and we understand that. But also the expense. I mean, yeah, you can get some QMX radios for a couple $100, like Zygu for a couple $100, but you're going to be QRP at that point as well. So yeah, there's a couple of barriers to entry with HF, but no one is making you go to general. Nobody's making you get on HF. There are plenty of hams, especially I know here locally, that are fine with their little handheld radio. That's all they need. And they're satisfied with that. And you know what? We should support those people. 100%. Can't get my radio back in my holster or my cradle here. So now let's compare that to people who, what people are actually doing right now. VHF and UHF simplex, satellite comms, excuse me, digital modes like FT8, FT4. You've got the digital voice modes, the AZ System Fusion, D-Star, DMR. You got portable operations, people with their go bags, mesh networks like Meshtastic and Mesh Core. I've got mesh devices galore. None of them are within reach right now. But yeah, I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 meshtastic / mesh core devices within arm's reach of me right now. It just is what it is. That's what's super popular right now. And you know what? With mesh networking, you don't have to have a license for it. Anybody can do it. You key up a radio and something happens. It's immediate. It's interactive. It feels alive too. You don't need perfect conditions or a perfect setup. You just operate. And that brings me to BetterSafeRadio. A lot of people are shifting towards a simpler, more practical setup. Not everyone has a space or the patience for a full HF station. And that's where BetterSafeRadio comes in. They focus on gear that actually gets you on the air fast, whether that be in GMRS, ham radio bands, 2 meters, 440, that kind of thing. Portable communication setups, ready to go solutions that don't require a tower in your backyard. You don't have any HOA battles with these things. No complicated installs. You just turn it on and you start communicating. If that sounds more like your style, check them out. The link's in the description, bettersaferadio.com. And if you use coupon code AA4WX7, that's Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, the number 7, you're going to save a little bit off the top. 7% off any purchase over $100. Again, use code AA4WX7 for any radio, any products that Better Safe Radio offers. And you can get GMRS or ham, either way. They're a great company, and I really appreciate working with Better Safe Radio. So let's get back into the topic here. Here's the part that needs to be said. The idea of HF makes you a real ham. It's gatekeeping. Yeah, I said that. There was a ham, God rest his soul. He was a good ham, but I was very intimidated by him as a young ham. I really was. He made you feel like if you weren't an extra or bare minimum a general and you weren't on HF, you weren't a real ham. Sadly, he's silent key now, but that was the vibe I got from him. And it's a shame, but it is what it is, because that is gatekeeping, plain and simple. Folks, some people don't give a flying fart in space if you talk to Pakistan or India or Iraq or Japan or anything like that. Some people don't care. Some people don't care. If you can pick up a mic and talk to somebody on the other side of the county or other side of the state or the other side of the region, and you're happy with that, that's what you need to do. It's as simple as that. Don't feel like you need to go spend $1 million on an HF rig in order to be happy in this hobby, because you don't. If someone runs satellites or they use digital modes, nothing wrong with System Fusion, DMR, D-Star. If someone builds mesh networks, operates portable, or even stays local on VHF and UHF, just talks on their local repeater every morning, they are using radio. They are experimenting. They are communicating. And that's the hobby, not the band you operate on. The band you operate on should not define you as a ham. The definition of a ham radio operator, well, okay, some of you smart Alex will get in the comments and argue with me on this, but what I believe the definition of a ham radio operator is, ultimately a communicator. You pick up this, or you pick up this, and you talk. So long as you have a license, I don't care if it's VHF, UHF, HF, D-Star, DMR, Fusion, All-Star, CW, FT8. I don't care what it is. So long as you have a license and a mic in your hand or a keyboard or a paddle, you are communicating. You're communicating. It doesn't matter what band you're on. Now, let's be fair. HF is incredible, making contacts across the world with nothing but radio waves. That never gets old. But it's not everything. And for a lot of operators today, it's not even the most enjoyable part of the hobby anymore. So, no, HF isn't useless. Overrated for a lot of people? Yeah, a lot of people it is. So now I want to turn it back to you. I want to hear it. Is HF still the king of ham radio, or has the hobby moved on? Jump in the comments and let me know what you think. This one is going to get very interesting. Guys, don't forget to go check out BetterSafeRadio.com. Use coupon code AA4WX7. You're going to get 7% off any purchase over $100. They've got great GMRS radios and ham radios. Go check them out. If you've never been to Better Safe Radio, now's the time. 73 AA4WX WSCB 693.